Hello everyone, Lars here from Camille's Harem. Not just a podcast for novice writers by novice writers, but also a YouTube channel by novice writers for novice writers. Because writing is an adventure, it's more fun with friends. Today I come to you with another writer's rant. I hate it when everything works out for a character because of plot! It's so annoying when you can tell that an author overly favors a character or group of characters and everything just works out too perfectly. It cripples character progression, lowers the plot stakes, and cheapens the emotional attachments readers have with the story's cast. Now, I need to stress that there is a big difference between Mary Sue characters and plot-favored characters. The Sues of fiction bend the world and other characters to their will, but those overly blessed and protected by the plot are not without troubles and hiccups. It's just that those troubles and hiccups mean absolutely nothing. The story always gives them a way to bound back effortlessly. They have victories even in terrible defeats, and there's almost no time given to them for proper character development. As I've said before, if you want a fantastic rundown of what a Mary Sue is, please go check out Overly Sarcastic Productions' video on the subject. It is phenomenal. They are great. The link is in the description. So how can you tell when a character is overly beloved by the plot and author? I can best explain with two examples. The first is Elaine Tracond from the Wheel of Time series. Oh my grandmother's burned cookies! How terrible can this girl get? I would label her under most circumstances a Mary Sue, except, well, she did get enslaved that one time and kidnapped multiple times and sliced open a time or two, and she does have to share her lover Randall Thor with her best friend Avienda and best girl Min. And she has enough personality flaws to fill San Andreas. The way that I can tell that she is overly favored by the plot include aggravating examples such as teasing Rand when he is insane and somehow surviving when he tries to kill her, and being magically saved from the Shan-Chan when it takes Matt, the luckiest man alive, 2 whole books to pull it off. Getting whenever she wants because she simply demands it, and she throws herself into all kinds of danger because Min's vision says that someday she will give birth to some children. It becomes so obvious that she will survive every dumb thing that she does that it develops into a running gag with the rest of the book's cast. Now, this might be forgivable except for one thing. Elaine does not learn a single flaming thing. Pardon my profanity. But only by the end of the 13th book does she even start questioning if her actions are wrong in some kind of way, or if she's not growing as a person. 13 books in and your character is only now figuring it out? That's atrocious! Elaine could have been such a phenomenal character. She had a great introduction in the first book, and she is super likable at first, but she doesn't grow much beyond that. In fact, she actually regresses throughout the series. Normally, this kind of dynamic would prove to be a great foil moment between her and other female characters in the series, but the plot makes it so flipping crystal clear that she's supposed to be best girl right alongside Min that it becomes nauseating, especially in light of how terrible of a person Elaine truly is. Elaine is one of the reasons why new readers don't want to tackle the masterpiece that the Wheel of Time is. My second example is Ginny Weasley. Yeah, I know, I can hear the peanut gallery already booing, and I can practically see all the dislikes mounting with that statement, but please hear me out. Ginny is overly favored by the plot. Her best performance in the entire book series is by far the Chamber of Secrets. Her unrequited crush on Harry, being manipulated and possessed by Voldemort, and being the youngest Weasley all compound for a very bleak introduction, and it's quite clear that she can really only go up from there, but it's fantastic to see that awesome twist at the end, and you really feel for her, but you don't really get it much beyond that point. Okay, granted, at the heart of Harry Potter, the story is about the dynamic trio, Harry, Hermione, and Ron, and I feel that Ron always comes in the last of the lineup. Just really poor bloke. In any case, here's the thing. Just because the focus of the books is on them, we still get to see the pains, the highs, the failures, and the triumphs of so many others in the cast. But when you really start doing the tallying, you realize that Ginny doesn't suffer much throughout the rest of the series. Don't believe me? Just reread the books. Each time something bad happens, Ginny's just described as being so strong that she can basically shrug it off. For crying out loud, she is unfazed by her brother Bill's tragic mauling. She is! Reread it! She even handles Fred's death as if it was not much more than a passing sad day. Fred's death, it crippled the fan base. Not Ginny Weasley, though, because she's a strong girl, as Harry is so apt to remind us every single bloomin' time. Oh my gosh. Now, I know there's some of you who are going to say, well, Lars, what about her embarrassing moments in The Prisoner of Azkaban and the Goblet of Fire? Ha! There, we got you. Sorry, but nope. When she reveals in Book 6 that it was all Hermione's plot since the Chamber of Secrets to get her and Harry together, almost all of her struggles just become laughable. It's so infuriating. When you realize it's all just kind of this plot, you begin to wonder, wait, is Ginny just a great manipulator, or is Hermione just a great manipulator? Who is Ginny? Is she just someone who's there to be that nice slab of meat for Harry? I mean, sure, J.K. Rowling plastered on she's really great at Quidditch, and then she's super popular, and she knows spells, but that's all being, like, forced down our throats. We don't actually get to see Ginny do this. It's like she just became fantastic all of a sudden, and then Harry falls in love with her, and it plots. Plot this, plot that. She must survive because of plot, even though she does everything wrong. Oh my gosh. I just can't stand Ginny. Ugh. Okay, here's the thing to learn. Characters need to grow through hardships and the run of the plot. You don't have to be like George R.R. Martin and go on a killing and torture spree with your characters, but you need to facilitate development through a myriad of methods, events, and relationships. Remember this, Mary Sue's bend the story to their will, but characters cradled by the plot, like Elaine and Ginny, hamper what could become really awesome characters and stories, and instead they transform into greasy black ink splotches on what could have been perfect tales. I really wanted to like Elaine, trust me, and I super loved Ginny up until book 5. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, rant over right there. There are obviously many other characters who could fit into the mold that I've just described. Please comment down below about any who come to mind for you, and we'll read through them, and we might just do a rant in the future about some of them. I would love to do this again. I'd like to pontificate as much as I like with this right here. And don't forget to check out Camille's Harem on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. We'd also love for you to check out what we have to offer on Tumblr, Pinterest, and Reddit. Links for all of those sites are in the description. Finally, please send us links to your favorite terrible fanfics via our Twitter at Camille's Harem. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.